we're gonna open up the Water and Sewer Commissioners meeting at 12:27 on Tuesday, March 27th. And the meeting is gonna be about the budget. All right. Present is Keith Waniaz, Colin here, Bob Sullivan, myself, Bob Josie. Okay, Robert.
Alright, so we had the budget meeting at the last commissioners meeting. And you guys requested to adjust it to keep the expenses level funded. That was the only adjustments you requested, so I'll just go through those to get us to that point. So if you go to line item on page 1.
Sewer, or which one go first?
We'll start right with page 1. So go on page 1.
Okay.
I'll just go by page numbers.
Okay.
Down to the electric, I had gone from 65 to 70, thinking that the electricity will go up with the new buildings, but I don't really see us using the office building much, and we won't spend a ton of time in the garage building, where we'll be using too much electricity. And based on the trend, you know, we've been running lower than that, but this is over the years of the energy conservation things that we have done, all the lighting change to LEDs, and we have a few more steps that we plan on trying to do with the blowers. I'm going to a meeting in another week or two with the state to see about that, the grants on doing some of those energy conservation projects. So I put that back to the 65 to keep that level funded instead of the increase based on the buildings. Hopefully the offset will be made with the energy conservation efforts. So that's 5,000 out of the, I forget what the total number was, 78 or 8,700, 8,750 I think we need to go. So that drops at 5. Heating, same thing, I'd increased it based on the buildings over there. The one building, we won't need to heat until we determine what we're doing with it. And again, the trending, I brought that one back to a level funded there. So that drops it a little bit, 2,000. Office supplies, I went to 3 because we were way over the year before. But I think a lot of the updates that we made to get the office into where we need to be. Some of that was with the Munis and everything else.
Yeah, you guys needed new printers last year too, right?
Yeah, that probably would have went under, I don't remember if that was under office supplies or if that was under other supplies. So I brought that one to 25 from 3. Looking at it based on what we've actually used to date this year, you know, it looks trending a little better towards the 25. So that was another 500 there we dropped. Insurance, I rounded up because last year we budgeted lower and we came in higher, you know, from what the town estimated. So I had overestimated a little bit to try to counter them being off on their estimate when they give us the number. So I dropped that one back down 480 from what I had estimated, which still gives us more money than last year's, slightly over this year's, to account for probably a little bit of additional money on insurance for the 2 new buildings on Main Street. So that's the 480, and then I just reduced the capital, because that was the only other spot that I saw that we may have been able to pull something out of to get the 8,000 to bring us to level funded on the expenses.
So looking at this, this is obviously, that's supposed to be 15,000, right?
Oh yeah.
This one, man.
I added that 0 on mine, I didn't do it on yours.
The capital expenses you dropped, that's just on the water part of it, or the sewer part, rather?
That is just the sewer.
Just the sewer part, okay.
So that would bring it in at
That was
exactly level funded.
That'll be level funded on the expenses. Okay. That's good.
So then you wanna go to page 4.
What about, 3, you don't wanna do that?
There's nothing with expenses there, that's all
That's all just
debt
debt.
and OPEB and salary
Yeah.
stuff that
There's nothing.
we can't make
Uh,
adjustments.
Sorry, yeah, that's in there, right? So what what did you come up with on,
I did not get an answer from them yet.
okay.
So call up there and check on that. I'll make any adjustments
It's
based on what
according.
they say.
Yep.
Alright, so on page 4, again with the electric, I dropped that 3,000 to level fund that at 35,000, based on historical and energy conservation stuff we've done. So bring that one down to 35, that's 3,000 off. The heating, same there. We're almost done with this heating season. We're at 5,500 plus probably one more round of filling everything up. So I went from 8 to 7. That should keep us in the range. The only thing I don't know is on the new building. It's definitely not a very sealed, energy efficient building, so that might be a factor there, but we'll look at that when we get to it. So there's 4,000 on that. Page 5. On the insurance, it was the same deal. I overestimated based on them coming in incorrectly the previous year. So I dropped that down to 6 from 7, but it's still level funded at what we had it last year.
I'm sorry, which line item was that?
Insurance, yeah. And then again took the remaining 3750 out of capital to bring it down to 301,760, which is $3 less than last year. So. Used round numbers instead of playing with the $3. So the second to the last item on the whole budget, I didn't change that number yet before I photocopied it, so that number is the same number as the grand total number at the bottom.
Minus $3 difference on that, right?
Right. Well, no, I already did the calculations on, well,
760.
no, that's right. I'm just saying,
That's right, yeah.
on the very last, this one here, I didn't do that.
Oh,
number.
just that one.
Just-
Okay.
So if you look at the very bottom number, the 1.318,044.50, that comes out to 0.67% higher than last year's budget overall. So based on salaries, inflation, and health insurance increases, we kept it to less than 1% increase.
Very good. So let's,
Any questions? Or?
no, I think that was my objectives, anyway, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Did we have a revenue report or?
I
Oh,
did
yeah,
not yet.
that's right.
Okay.
I
So,
played
yeah,
around
that's-
with Munis and tried to get stuff to work on there, and I even told the admin while she's out. Tried to FaceTime so she could talk me through it, but couldn't get that to work. So I called Munis about 6 times, got no answer, we got to an answer machine, they said if it's an emergency, press 0, so I pressed 0, and that lady put me right back to the thing that gives you the answer machine, so.
Isn't that an awesome program?
Yeah, so I left messages for them to call me back, and
I'm so glad that we've made that investment.
I didn't get any call back all day yesterday.
What an awful program. Alright.
So I'll fix that last number and give you guys clean copies for your folders.
Yeah.
Any other questions on it?
Nope.
All set?
Yep, just gonna, just make sure that, I agree 100% to it, provided the revenue report supports that. Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 12:25.
Second?
All in favor, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.